Yo, what up, bro? This is Conquest.
It's your boy Adam, all things to all mankind.
And you're watching another episode of Studio Interruptions. So, once I realized that this was going to be the song and I was hearing the beat, I thought to myself, even though I kind of sequestered Adam for a remix, I figured like, let me get him again for this, because I felt like not only would he be able to speak on this alongside me, but he can also speak on my behalf as far as like what I'm facing in the midst of reaching out to other kids. Because the thing is like a lot of times what people don't realize is that when you are charged with a mission and a calling, there are things that are happening in your own personal life that can either be interrupting the calling, whether it's like marital issues, whether it's like dealing with a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? So once I brought that to you, what was your approach writing wise as far as like what you wanted to deliver on the song?
When we make music, it's so directed inwardly because we're making our own music. So one of the ways that I get to serve in this is when I get asked to do collaboration records, and that's where I get to kind of step outside of myself and what I got going and kind of streamline it into, you know, what the assignment of that particular song is. When you get a 16 and you have all these different thoughts and ideas, I kind of try to step into a more macro scale level. Yeah, so basically, you know, when you talk about life and you talk about struggles that people are dealing with, you know, you already mentioned things like marital, COVID, et cetera, and, you know, like kids who have to bring food home. You know, at the end of the day, there's almost an infinite amount of things that you have to navigate in this life, no matter how old you are.
Right.
So I kind of try to get to a macro scale level and say, hey, let's start at the top, which is God being the umbrella over all things, and then just kind of work our way down into how can I develop a mantra and a dependence on God so that whether it's something big, say a family member getting cancer, or something simple like, oh shoot, I have a test tomorrow,
right,
that I can say, you know what, rather than losing, you know, myself to the anxiety that I'm going to cast my cares upon the Lord, which ultimately our main representation is Christ, and that's what Jesus did. He just gave everything he had to what was right in front of him, and then he moved on. He didn't spread himself all over the place where he was kind of like half in, half out. And so when it came to this particular record, I said, you know what, Lord, you just write the lyrics, and hopefully in the unpacking of them, as people listen to the verse, they'll be able to find specifically what they need. So rather than me be specific, let me be a little bit more macro scale so that as people dive in on that particular day, they can pluck something out of it that will help them in their specific situation.
Gotcha. No, that's super dope.